Hey, y'all. This is your certified life coach, Tonetta. I want to welcome y'all to this workshop, The Power of Journaling. And of course, we're here to, of course, journal, heal, and to become. And like I said, we're going to go ahead and get this started in a few minutes. I want to, give folks a little bit to get on. So I'm going to turn on some music, y'all. Oh my God, excuse me, while we wait, y'all. And this is Indy Irie, Strength, Courage, and Wisdom. Like I said, I definitely want to jam with something, y'all. And as y'all coming in, make sure that you all, of course, let me know where you all are from. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, just to let you all know again. And again, I'm Tonetta Clay, your certified life coach. I'm here to, of course, inspire you to think bigger and to, of course, empower you to become who you are. So like I said, come on in, y'all. And this is the workshop, The Power of Journaling. I love this song. Y'all know how many y'all can relate to this song. I love this song. That I want to see you in the sun. My eyes that live to me. I've been hiding for much too long. I've been too afraid to let it show. And I'm scared of the judgment I may follow. God tomorrow. It's time to step out on faith. I gotta show my faith. It's been elusive for so long. Freedom is mine today. Gotta step out on faith. It's time to show my faith. Procrastination got me down. Look what I have found. Strength, courage, and wisdom. It's been inside of me and you all along. Again, y'all, I want to welcome y'all to coming into the room, who are coming into the room. Of course, I'm Tonetta, your certified life coach, and we're here tonight for the Power of Journaling workshop. Of course, I'm here to inspire you to think bigger and to, of course, empower you to become who you are. And again, we'll be starting in a few minutes as soon as we get a few more people in the room. So I'm going to let this song play mostly out just to let y'all know. But like I said, as y'all are coming into the room, make sure that you all are putting down in the comments or in the chat box where you all are tuning in from. And again, I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. Step on faith, gotta show my faith. Constellation have me down. Look what I have found when I found strength, courage, and wisdom. It's been inside of me and you all along. Strength, courage, and wisdom. Come on, y'all, dance with me, y'all. I love music, just to let y'all know. I love this song, y'all. It's so positive. I love this song. Let you know that everything you have is already inside of you. Close my eyes and I think of all the things that I want to say. Hello, open up my heart. Everything I want can be. So let it be. Again, y'all, thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming into the room. This workshop is called The Power of Journaling. Again, I'm Tonetta Clay, your certified life coach, here to inspire you to think bigger and empower you to be who you are. And of course, we're going to start in 1 more minute, y'all, just to let y'all know. And for those who are coming into the room again, make sure that you're writing down in the chat box where you are tuning in from. I did not pull up the chat box. Let me pull it up, y'all. I see someone, there's some people there's Texas in the house. Hey, y'all. Hey, I've been to Texas. I've been to Florida. Thank y'all for tuning in. There's some from here in St. Louis as well. Thank you for tuning in, y'all. I see someone from, what's that? From North Carolina is in, I guess I'm assuming there's North Carolina. So thank y'all for tuning in. There's folks from all over the place, y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for being here, y'all. I greatly appreciate that, y'all. I greatly appreciate that. Like I said, we're going to get started in a second here, y'all. I found it. Hey, I found it. Found it. I found it. To me. So I say thank you. I found it. Mhm. I found it. Yeah, we're gonna find our strength, courage, and wisdom tonight, y'all. So, like I said, welcome to this workshop. It is called The Power of Journaling. And again, I'm your girl, I'm your life coach, Tonetta Clay. I'm of course here to, of course, help inspire you to think bigger and empower you to become who you are. And again, welcome to this workshop, The Power of Journaling. I'm going to give you outline 4 things to you that we're going to talk about tonight, and then we'll go ahead and get into it, y'all. The first thing, how to become more self-aware through journaling. Number 2, the mental and emotional health benefits of journaling. Number 3, how to process triggers and emotionally when you journal. And number 4, how to start journaling for your own success. So like I said, definitely welcome to this Power of Journaling workshop. Again, I'm your life coach, Tonetta Clay. And of course, my big promise to you is that I'm here to, of course, with this workshop, I'm here to, of course, bring this workshop to you. My big promise is to help you, of course, start journaling so that you can have that success in your life and that transformation and change that you want to see, y'all. And of course, it's going to take some work. It's not going to be easy because I'll be talking about that as we go along. But I want to make sure that you know that is the promise that if you start and follow what I'm telling you, you will have that same change and transformation in your life and in your inner life and outer life as well, y'all. The same thing I've had. And I will be telling y'all my story as I go throughout this entire workshop, just to let you all know I'm very honest, open, and transparent about my life and things that happen. So I definitely want to make sure that y'all know that as well. And especially journaling and how journaling has helped me too. Again, journal, heal, become. So let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. I know y'all are probably wondering who in the world is Tonetta Clay. She keep talking about she a life coach. Who is this person? This kind of thing. Of course, I'm your girl, Tonetta Clay. And like I said, I definitely want to welcome y'all here. But of course, let me give y'all a little bit of background about me. Of course, in college, I did go to college. I graduated with a bachelor's degree in social work. Of course, my background is in family, children, and community. I guess I put it that way, because those are the things and the people that I want to work with. Oh, Lord, people that I want to work with to, of course, create change in those areas, in the family, in the children, in the youth, and of course, in the communities. Like I said, those things are near and dear to my heart. I know that there is always positives in people. I know that regardless of whatever somebody has done in the past, that right now in the present, you can change those things for your future. I know that. And like I said, I've always been one who loves to bring out the goodness in people. I guess I put it that way, and help them become who they are. This just did not start when I became a life coach. I've always been this way, y'all. Back since before I was even a social worker. I've always wanted folks to become and be who they were, and speak their own truth. Let me get some water, y'all. Like I said, that's something that I've always done. I guess I put it that way. Moving on to become a life coach. I, of course, started off relationship coaching and that kind of thing a few years ago. And like I said, when I was going through that journey, I realized that, of course, yes, it's all about the relationships that we have with other people. But if the relationship that we have with ourselves is not right first, then no other relationship we're going to have is going to be right outside of that. So like I said, that's where I moved into the life coaching arena so that I can start helping people, helping you, everyone that's on this workshop, of course, learn how to be who they are, learn how to, of course, figure out what kind of person they want to become in this world. I guess I put it that way, regardless as to whatever anybody else has to say about it. And like I said, that was definitely something that I realized when I was talking about the relationships and that kind of thing. And like I said, that's something that's near and dear to me as well. So I want to make sure that you all know that. But like I said, as far as all those processes and all those things, I've always kept journals around me and journals with me. And like I said, I'm getting into the content for tonight. And I hope I get sure. Like I said, I'll be sharing more and more about who I am, what I went through, that kind of thing, and why, of course, and how journaling has helped me as I go along throughout the workshop. So that was just a short synopsis. But like I said, as far as journaling, I've always had a diary. I'm sure a lot of you all have had diaries back when you were growing up, back when you were kids. I no longer have those diaries. Back when I was a kid growing up, and in all the hustle and bustle and all the movements and evictions from apartments with my parents and stuff like that, a lot of those things were lost and thrown away, and I have no idea where they are today. But I can say that several years ago, I started writing and journaling again on my own, of course. I have another journal that's in a 10 somewhere. I think it's in the back room. But these are the 5 journals I have right now. I have more, of course. But like I said, these are the ones that I have up here. And of course, the ones I really, really was intentionally using to work on myself and to, of course, write out my thoughts, to get things off my chest, to, of course, talk to God. Because every time I feel like when I'm writing, I feel that I'm talking to God, y'all, just to let y'all know. You all may not feel the same way, but I do. But like I said, that's how I feel when I'm writing, that I'm talking to God, expressing myself to God, letting God know what I'm going through, because I'm, of course, a God as well, letting myself know and let my higher power know that, of course, I'm working on these things. I need your strength, your courage, and your wisdom to get through these things as well. That's why I played that song for y'all today. That's very important in your life as well. So, like I said, I definitely want to make sure, like I said, I let y'all know the promise is that by journaling, you'll create that change and that transformation in your inner life as well as your outer life, y'all, while y'all here on this workshop. And like I said, that's definitely something that I want to make sure that you all knew that's what I'm promising y'all, because that's exactly what I got once I intentionally started writing. And I want to share something with y'all before I get all the way started with the actual content for the night. And this is from August the 18th, 2018, actually, is my morning, I guess my morning, Lord, my morning thoughts, I guess I put it that way. Oh, Lord, I'm dropping all my stuff. I had all this paper in here, but I still use more notes, y'all. I write all kind of stuff, y'all. I got notebooks everywhere. But like I said, I had, this is one of the things I want to reach out that I wrote in my journal years ago, back in August 8th, 2018. And it's my belief affirmation. And you all can take on this as well. I can do anything that I put my mind, heart, and soul to. I know that I will not fail and that I will succeed. I believe in myself, and I know 100% that I am awesome at whatever I do and create. My creations, services, products will provide good vibes and happiness to those who come to those around me. My belief in myself tells me that I am standing in my truth and in my power. No one can take this belief away from me but me. I know that I can do all things with my higher power's influence and them standing behind me. Like I said, that was my belief affirmation for August 18th, 2018. I just want to read that to y'all because, like I said, that brought power into my life. That is not the only thing that I wrote as far as belief affirmations. I've written all types of affirmations in my journals, poems, erotic poems, regular poems, all types of stuff, ideas, everything that you can think of. Like I said, I process and triggered a lot. Process my triggers and emotions a lot. So a lot of those things in this journal is talking about those things as well, just to keep that in mind. And that's what I'm going to be talking about tonight too. Yes, we can talk about the positive and that kind of thing. You have to make sure that you're putting the positive affirmations, the positive beliefs, your ideas, your goals, all the types of stuff, your positive thoughts into the journals as well. But when it comes to those triggers and those kind of things, you all may not know how to process that, but I will talk to you all about my process tonight as well. So let me go ahead and get started, y'all. Oh, and just to let you all know, towards the end of this towards the end of this workshop, I will have an invitation for some of you who is for, I guess I put it that way. So like I said, I definitely have something towards the end of this workshop to, of course, bring you all in on, I guess I put it that way. And it's not going to be for everybody. It's going to be for some of you on here. So the power of journaling. Number 1, how to become more self-aware when you're journaling. Everything you write down, every time you write down your thoughts, it's a part of who you are. Your thoughts, your ideas, your goals, whatever kind of way you're feeling, all those things are you. And that's helping you become more self-aware about who you are, how you think, how you act, what kind of things you say to yourself. It helps you learn all those things. How you think, regardless as to how it may sound. It helps you know all those things, y'all. Like I said, it brings you into more focus, more intentionality about who you are, how you think, what kind of things are going through your head. So just keep that in mind every time you write down something. And it helps you become more aware. It helps you manage your own behaviors and control your responses in different situations. Yes, writing your thoughts and all those things that you sweep up under the carpet and all those things you try to suppress down, all the ways that you're feeling throughout the day, that kind of thing. It will definitely help you manage your own behaviors and control your responses in situations. And I'll talk more about that when I talk about the triggers and that kind of thing too, just to let you know, like I said, my process and how I work through those things. But like I said, when you journal, you definitely become more self-aware. You start to know who you are. You start to realize how you think. You start to realize how you act. You start to realize how you treat others. And like I said, you start to realize what you're working on and what you have not worked on and the things that you tell yourself. Like I said, that's where self-awareness comes in this whole journaling process. Like I said, that is the number one power in journaling. The number two power in journaling. Journaling has many mental and emotional health benefits. And according to the Health Encyclopedia with the University of Rochester Medical Center, journaling can help you manage anxiety, reduce stress, and cope with depression. And I can, like I said, definitely talk, realizing that in my own journey, because I do, of course, have had high anxiety and high stress and depression and suicidal tendencies as well. I mean, at times as well. And like I said, me writing down all the things I'm going through, like I said, talking to God in my journals, like I said, that has definitely helped me manage my anxiety and my stress and definitely the depression that I was going through in the past. And like I said, it definitely will help you do the same thing as well. It's not just for me, this is for you as well. As long as you want to take on these things and start doing these things. But like I said, journaling about all the things that we talk about, all the things that we think about, usually whenever being people, we always seem to go towards the negative first, the negative in any situation. Oh, this person's saying this because they've cheated on me, or this is going on, that's going on, instead of thinking about the positive. And like I said, it definitely will help you write those things down, whatever you're talking about, whatever's going on. And of course, like I said, it help you manage those things. You don't have to be high anxiety. A lot of the things that I was, of course, writing down and realizing that at some point that these things I have no control over. That's the point that I got to when I was talking about managing the stress, managing your anxiety and lessening your depression as well. A lot of the things, the thoughts, the feelings that you're, of course, thinking and feeling while you're writing down in your journal, a lot of those things, yes, while they matter, I cannot control those things. That's how I learned to let go of a lot of those things. You all may not want to hear that, but at some point, we have to realize and hear the things that we don't want to hear in order for us to change and, of course, to improve and to grow and to transform. Some of these things, at some point, you will let go of them. Actually, as you start going through the process of writing and journaling, being intentional about what you're doing, what you're putting down, processing your thoughts and emotions and triggers, you will start letting go of some of those things. That's where the healing and the forgiveness and those processes come in. So the next thing, journaling can help you control symptoms and improve your mood by, number one, helping you prioritize problems, fears, and concerns, like I was just talking about. But those thoughts and the ideas and all this kind of stuff, especially the negative things, all the things that you cannot control, it'll help you prioritize those things and to focus on the things that you can control, the goals that you want to accomplish, the goals that you have the abilities to accomplish, the goals that you have the skills to accomplish. Instead of focusing on all the fears, you can't do this, I can't do that, the concerns and the problems, it'll help you focus on the positive things. Yes, while you're writing in there the negatives as well, but going back and checking out those positives, writing down every day. I was having a list. I haven't had it recently, but when I had those a whole lot of negative moments, I was going through always writing all those days my positive affirmations. I thank God that I got up this morning. I thank God that I have the needs and the resources to, of course, take care of myself, to have a job. I thank God for my investor in my business, whatever it is, writing down all those positives. I thank God that I have clothes, food, all those types of things. I thank God that I have a vehicle to drive, that I have a voice to speak, I have legs to walk on, all those types of things. Those are positives that we always seem to look over. And of course, writing down those things, tracking those things, realizing that there's always a positive in whatever negative is going on. And if there's not a positive, there's a lesson there that you can teach somebody else so you can help them grow in their life as well. It's always a silver lining. The next thing, journaling provides an opportunity for that positive self-talk. So and identifying those negative thoughts and behaviors. Like I just said, journaling will help you definitely identify the positives, regardless as to whether you think that there's no positives in all these situations or chaos or dramas that you're going through. I'm here to tell you that there always is. It took me years to realize that everything is not always negative and it's not going to always be this way and it's not going to always be horrible where I can't grow, I can't make any money, I can't live, I always have to hear my parents arguing, I always have to be in school, I always have to be working, whatever the case was I was thinking about. Life has not always been that way, but that's what I thought, and my thoughts create those things. Your thoughts will create those things. If it's always negative, you're going to always have the negative. If it's always positive, you're going to always have that positive. And those are the things that you're going to write in your journal. Like I said, you can definitely track those things. It gives you the opportunity to talk about the positives in the lessons that you've had. We all have those, regardless as to whether you want to hear them or see them or not, because you're so upset in that moment. I've been there. Trust me, I know. I used to have a horrible anger problem. I'll talk to y'all more about that in the triggers and emotions, but I had to learn those things. And it took me years. I'm giving y'all the shortcut, but it definitely took me years to learn those things. Number 3, how to process triggers and emotions. And I'm giving y'all my 3-step process that I went through. You all don't have to go through this process, but like I said, this is what I went through and this is what helped me. So let me give me some water, y'all. How to process triggers and emotions by journaling. My 3 ways. What I started doing when I was journaling that helped me number 1, when I was having a difficult emotion or trigger that came up, I did not try to suppress it or sweep it up under the carpet. I wrote about that thing. I wrote through tears. I wrote through angriness, being angry, upset, cursing at times. I wrote through everything, tears and all. Now did not stop until my last tear fell, because I felt better at that time when it stopped. I knew that I was on the healing process then, but I wrote about that thing. I didn't stop. I wrote down everything that I was, this is for those who have a lot of negative, not negative, but triggers and difficult emotions that you have no idea how to process. Like I said, this is my process, and you can take this and use it, and it will work for you too. When you're having that difficult emotional trigger, like I said, do not sweep that thing up under the carpet. Write about that thing, regardless as to whether your hands are shaking, you're so upset, you can't think, whatever it is, write down whatever it is you're thinking. You are going to cry through it. You are probably going to curse somebody out through it, and probably yourself as well. You are going to hate somebody through it, but keep on writing until you get all of it out. You don't want to keep keeping that stuff inside of you. I had to learn that. That's where all my anger was coming from. Keeping all these things bottled up, all these triggers, all these emotions. And then when somebody said something I didn't like or something happened, I was triggered, I blew up and everybody's like, what the hell happened? All I said was one little thing. She all upset. That was my trigger, my inner child working through those triggers that I had not healed yet. So like I said, do not dismiss the triggers that you have. Write about those things, regardless as to how bad it's going to hurt. And it's going to hurt. It's not going to be easy at all. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt to the point that you probably want to call somebody and curse them out because they lied to you all these years about something that you found out during this time when you were triggered. Number 2, think about this trigger. Write about where you think it may have come from and why you're being so triggered by this thing. I knew that my parents arguing, my dad used to beat my mom all the time. I grew up in a household that was full of domestic violence, drug usage, alcohol usage, and cigarette usage as well. That was my parents. Now, God bless them, because neither one of them are here today. But like I said, definitely, I grew up in a household like that. And being a social worker, having to go into different households that's the exact same way, I was definitely triggered. What I started doing was identifying where that trigger came from. I knew that it came from my parents and my upbringing. Any trauma that you've been through, any experiences that you've been through that are painful, dramas, any of those things, your inner child is hurting. You have to write about those things. That's how you start your healing. You have to figure out where those difficult emotions and traumas come from in order to, of course, start writing about them. I mean, we're writing about the history of those things. All the times that you felt disrespected, all the times that you felt that you could not have sex with somebody because you've been sexually abused all these times. Write about those things. I've been sexually abused as well. That's in my journal, one of these journals, actually probably several of these journals. I wrote about those things too because they have impacted my life, especially my sex life and dealing with men in these relationships. Your inner child, if it's not healed, it will come out in your behaviors, in the way that you interact with people, yourself and everybody else. That's why I'm telling you, this is my process. And this is what I went through. The first one was when that emotion comes up and that trigger comes up, write about it. Do not try to suppress it. And don't try to hide it. I don't care what it looks like, write about it. Number two, think about where this emotion or this trigger comes from. Write down all the times that you've been triggered by this one thing or many things, whatever it is. If it's sex, write about that. If it's trauma, write about that. If it's drama, write about that. If it's a trigger from your parents' abuse, write about that. If it's being in foster care, you saw somebody else that they had a story about that and it triggered you, write about that. You know where those things come from. I won't know. You know where they come from. And you know that writing about those things is the only way that you're going to be able to heal those things. So going on to number three, write about how you're going to respond different in the next situation when you're triggered. We have to get into a habit of doing that. We have to be consistent with that. And what I mean by this, me being triggered, going into a house where these folks are drug usage is going on, or the man was being mean to the woman and that triggered me. I was angry about it, whatever it was. I had to learn how to deal with that. Because if not, I would never be able to work in a job doing anything with any people. If I cannot learn how to control my triggers and lessen the triggers, lessen the effects that it had on me. I don't cry anymore. I can talk about the things. Of course, I may get upset at some of the things still, a little bit upset. But of course, I don't cry as much anymore about those triggers, the things that made me upset, those childhood wounds. I have dealt with those things through all my journaling over the last several years, a whole lot, very intentionally. I'm telling you, if you want to see change and healing in your life, you have to do the same thing as well. You definitely have to do the same thing. Like I said, first, write down the emotion, that trigger when it comes up. Don't hide it. Number two, think about where this childhood wound comes from. Three, write about how you're going to respond different the next time this trigger happens. And I mean, taking the time to breathe when it comes up for 10 seconds. And realizing that you're not that child anymore. That trigger, that thing that hurt you in the past is not going to hurt you today because it's not real. It's not real for you in that moment today. In the past, it may have been, but in this moment, as of today, 5:15 p.m., I'm not in that traumatic environment. That's what that means. And then doing that every single time that you have a trigger. Making sure that you're doing that consistently. No habit will form unless you're doing it consistently, y'all. You have to do it consistently in order for that habit to form. And like I said, that's the process that I went through, especially when I was having those triggers and those difficult emotions and me trying to process through things. And like I said, you can take that and run with it. It will definitely help you, y'all. The fourth one, how to start journaling for your own success. And it's 4 of these. Try to write daily. I said daily, but as much as you can throughout the week, but you have to be consistent at least once a week at the latest. I mean, at the least. If you cannot be consistent in journaling at least a few times a week or at least once a week, you will never have that transformation and that change that I promised you in the beginning of this workshop. Getting that, the power of journaling only comes with that journal, heal, and become. It only comes when you're being consistent. That transformation will come when you're doing these things I just talked to you about. But you have to write often, at least once a week. I said daily, if you can daily, even if it's short, do it daily, at least once a week if you can. Number 2, make it easy. Keep a pen and paper on you at all times so you can write down your thoughts, that kind of thing. We all have cell phones. I have my cell phone. It's a Samsung. It has the Samsung Notes app. Your phone may have a Notes app as well. You can use that to journal with. Some folks' phone, I think my phone, this one has a voice app. Use it to record your voice journaling if you want to do that. Or if you want to set up a secret group in Facebook or somewhere that you can have a secret video group that nobody else, actually Facebook is the only place you can create that. But because I have one as well, create a secret group only for yourself only and do live videos about how you feel that day. Use that as your journal. But just keep a journal somewhere. Make it easier for yourself. I don't care what you use. Just make sure that you're writing and getting things out and not keeping it bottled up inside. We all know that it creates stress by not speaking your mind, speaking your truth, and speaking about the things that are hurting you. It creates stress. It creates anxiety. It creates panic attacks. It creates depression and all types of other mental and emotional illnesses. It will and does create those things, y'all. Number 3, if you want to write the things I'm talking about as far as transforming your life and creating that change, you definitely have to write those things. But if you're having a fun day, you want to draw some things, draw like a sun or a happy face or whatever you want to draw, or a picture of something that you want, draw it then. You don't have to always write in your journal. I don't know if I have any. I may have a few doodles in my journal, but I have a lot of coloring books that I color in instead of my journals. I know I may have a few in, like 1 or 2 in here, a happy face or a heart or something like that. But for the most part, mine is all writing. I use my coloring books for me doodling and drawing and all that kind of stuff in there. I use that for that. But if you want to draw in your journal, then do so. There's no limits. Like Usher said, oh, no limits. There's no limits, y'all. Do whatever you want to do in your journal. Like I said, I have poetry in mine. I have erotic poetry in mine as well. I have short stories. I have different goals, ideas. I have affirmations. I have all types of stuff in my journals. The healing, the triggers, the forgiveness moments I went through. I have all that stuff in these journals. Even letters I wrote people in these journals. I never did mail them, but I wrote these letters to people that I was trying to, of course, forgive. That's what I went through. They're in this. They're in somewhere in one of these journals, or a few of these journals. And when you're writing, like I said, do whatever feels right to you. Write, draw, whatever it is. Do whatever feels right to you, and don't judge yourself, or don't worry about any mistakes that you make. Nobody's perfect. We're all perfect in our imperfections. Don't judge yourself. Write and draw and do whatever you want. Number 4, and the final, use your journal as you see fit. Like I just said, you don't have to take my word for any of these things, but these are the things that I know that there's power in journaling with, and these are the things that have helped me when I have journaled. And like I said, you don't have to use this. I hope that you do. But like I said, these are the things that have helped me. And use your journal as you see fit. Even if you want to write down something in your journal, you're so angry, that kind of thing, but you don't want to keep it in there, take it and burn it. And you got rid of it, let the universe take care of it. You can do that as well. I've done that too. With pages in my book and letters. You can do that as well. Give it to the universe. So like I said, with that, those are the 4 things I want to cover with you in this workshop. Number 1 was, hold on, y'all. Number 1 was how to become more self-aware through journaling. Number 2, the mental and emotional health benefits of journaling. Number 3, how to process emotions and difficult emotions and triggers with journaling. And number 4, how to process journaling for your own success. So, like I said in the beginning of this workshop, I was going to talk to you all about something that I want to invite you all to, and this will not be for everybody. I just want to make sure that y'all know this. This is actually me inviting you for a power hour with me, which is a session for life coaching. And like I said, this is not going to be for everybody. I know that. So if you're not interested in life coaching or hearing anything else further, make sure that you click off this video and go on about your business. But I just hope that you took something from this workshop that you can continue on with. I guess I put it that way. So with this power hour, for those who are, of course, staying and that kind of thing and want to hear about it, the power hour is something that I, of course, already have, of course, but the power hours are a period that we can, of course, set up, that we're, of course, talking about right now, I know it's about journaling, but we can also, we can talk about journaling within the power hour, but also the power hours are for us to work through a difficult situation that you're going through. If you have one at this time, if not, we can just focus on the journaling since this workshop was about journaling. And of course, the power hour, the value is $125 is my normal price for that. But for this power hour, it's half off, y'all. So that means it's $62.50 at this time, y'all, for the next 24 hours, just to let you all know. So for those who want to sign up, I'm going to put a link in the chat box so you all can, of course, go ahead and start signing up. But let me tell y'all what the bonuses are with this power hour. Woo, y'all. One, the power hour, of course, like I said, is half off. The first bonus, I'll give you and send you an email list of 100 journal prompts that you can use to write and start journaling with, at least for the next 3 months or more. You will have a list of 100 journal prompts, and there'll be generic things like how was your day, those types of things. Some of them will be in depth about your life, what's going on, any triggers you experience, and that kind of thing as well. But like I said, there'll be 100 journal prompts to get you started with your journaling, at least for 3 months. Then I'll also include number 2, another bonus. Now, these 20 questions are specific for relationships and sex. So for those who, of course, are in a committed relationship, married, or trying to date or that kind of thing, or trying to work through some emotions with sex in relationships, oh, Lord. These 20 questions will definitely help you in these journal prompts. There'll be questions about things that will bring up triggers, possibly if you were sexually abused or traumatized. It'll talk about all those types of things. What kind of sex you want in the bedroom. We'll talk about all those things in those 20 questions. So like I said, that's one of your bonuses, free bonuses as well. Then the third bonus, I'll give you a free list of common emotions and how they may show up when you're triggered. So there'll be a list of emotions and feelings that you can, of course, sift through to figure out how you're feeling that day, just in case you cannot put words to how you're feeling. That list will definitely help you process those things and put words to how you feel. So like I said, there'll be a list of those too. So like I said, I definitely want to invite you all who are interested, of course, in taking me up on this power hour. Like I said, it is half off and you'll get those 3 bonuses. A list of 100 journal prompts. 2, a list of 20 questions that deal with relationships and sex, journal prompts. And 3, a list of emotions and feelings so that when you do start journaling, you can learn how to identify with those with those feelings and those emotions, so that you can better learn how to, of course, put words to the way that you feel. I guess I put it that way, because sometimes we don't realize that what we're feeling is anger. Sometimes we don't realize that what we're feeling is a lack of love or whatever it is. Like I said, in order for you to, of course, start identifying the emotions and the feelings, I created a list for you to help you get those words so that you can have them to write about. So like I said, that is the charge I'm giving to you all at the end of this workshop, to let you know that this is available to you. It's a half off power hour. And like I said, if you get this, if you see this workshop past April the 4th, 2022, that means you're late for the half off power hour. But I, of course, will still offer a power hour to you. You click the same link and, of course, go on to the same page and, of course, go ahead and get registered and, of course, get your date scheduled for the power hour with me. It just will not be half off, just to let y'all know. The only ones on this workshop and the ones who see this afterwards, and of course, who were invited to the workshop but may not have attended. Like I said, you'll get this recording, but you'll also get, like I said, a chance to still get the half off power hour, just to let you all know, only for the next 24 hours. So like I said, for those who are on here, if you want to sign up, go ahead and do that. You only have 24 hours to do so. So once I get off here, the next 24 hours, which will be April the 4th, 2022 at 12 midnight, this particular bonus or the value sale will be off, y'all. It'll be back to its regular price. So just keep that in mind. So with that, I want to say thank you all for tuning in. Again, I'm Tonetta Clay, your certified life coach, who are here to help you, inspire you to, of course, think bigger and to, of course, empower you to be who you are. And like I said, I definitely want to thank you all for tuning in to this workshop called The Power of Journaling. And I hope that you learned something today, regardless as to whether you take me up on the power hour. I hope that you do. Because like I said, we can definitely dive more deeper into your thoughts, your feelings, and your triggers that may have come up during this video. To, of course, that we can process through the power hour to help you be successful in your journaling journey. I guess I put it that way. So with that, I want to say thank y'all. Like I said, for all those who tuned in to this workshop, I really want to thank you for being here. Like I said, bless you all. You all have a great day. Like I said, for those who want to go ahead and take advantage of the half off Power Hour. Make sure that you're getting signed up within the next 24 hours to get that half off price. If not, it's going back to the regular price after that. So with that, take care, y'all. Again, I'm Tonetta, your certified life coach. Thank you for being here at the Power of Journaling Workshop.